Okay, let's jump right in. Today, we're exploring the vibrant, fascinating, and honestly, surprisingly dark world of the Anatolian partridge. Now, you might think it's just a bird, right? But its story is actually this incredibly tangled web of biology, human culture, and some really deep existential contradictions.
It really begs the question, how on earth did a bird, known primarily for its beautiful song and sharp survival instincts, end up becoming the ultimate symbol of human betrayal? Well, let's unpack this.
First up, we need to meet the Kanali keklik, also known as the chukar partridge. These guys are built with these incredibly powerful legs for fast running, and they are absolutely legendary in Anatolian folklore for their iconic red, hennid beaks and legs. I mean, they are everywhere in the culture. From traditional folk dances in Silifke to these historic birdcatcher coffee houses down in Şanlıurfa, they really represent a mix of beauty, loyalty, and as we'll see, deep sorrow.
But there's a fascinating contrast here. While the Kanali is pretty common and lives quite close to human settlements, its cousin, the massive, super elusive erkekleek, paints a completely different picture. The erkekleek instinctively flees to these jagged rocky peaks way above 2,400 meters. You might hear it echoing up there, but you will almost never actually see one. And why is that? Because its DNA is literally hardwired to know that the scent of a human means death. It's just built-in survival.
So we have this beautiful, culturally significant bird. But our story takes a really sharp turn when we look at how humans have historically exploited the partridge. Specifically, how we've exploited its beautiful song. The very tool they use to communicate with each other has essentially been weaponized against them.
To understand this, we have to go back to the 16th century. There's this legendary story about the Ottoman ruler Yavuz Sultan Selim. He's wandering through an animal market, totally incognito, and he spots a caged partridge, but this one is priced 10 times higher than all the other birds. So he asks why. The merchant explains that this specific bird is a chigort khan, a decoy bird. It turns out its beautiful song is specifically used to lure other wild partridges right into a hunter's trap. Hearing this, the Sultan doesn't even hesitate. He pays the exorbitant price, opens the cage, and literally rips the bird's head off right there in front of the crowd.
I know, it's intense, but his dramatic justification for doing this? He said, "I will not let those who betray their own kind live in my lands, even if it is a partridge." That profound, visceral disgust for treachery perfectly sets the stage for something really fascinating, a phrase that you will still hear in everyday conversation right now. Think about it. Have you ever heard someone describe an easy victory or a completely guaranteed success as a sure thing? Well, in Turkish, the idiom for this exact concept is çantada keklik, and that literally translates to partridge in the bag. People use this phrase every single day to describe an outcome that's 100% secured. But the wild part is, its origins are rooted in a deeply mechanical, tragic reality.
You see, the partridge in the bag isn't the victim here, it's the bait. Here's how it works. A hunter takes a tamed partridge and ties it to the ground using an invisible horsehair string, then sets up all these hidden snares around it. When the hunter takes the captive bird out of the bag, the bird thinks it's finally free, so it starts singing with pure joy. Out in the wild, other partridges hear this welcoming call, they come running to join their buddy, and they walk straight into the hidden nooses. So that tamed bird is unknowingly dooming its own kind with a deadly illusion of freedom.
It's a dark image, for sure. But wait, the story doesn't end there. The partridge isn't just an unwitting traitor or a victim. In the modern day, it actually has this amazing superhero alter ego as a vital ecological warrior. I want you to think about this number, 1 million. That is the massive amount of ticks and harmful bugs a single partridge can eat in its lifetime. 1 million. Over the years, as deadly tick-borne diseases like Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever have surged because of overhunting, the government actually stepped in. They began breeding and releasing thousands of these birds back into the wild, their purpose? To act as a natural, living, biological shield for public health.
And this right here brilliantly illustrates the ultimate human paradox. Think about it. We spend vast resources breeding these birds in state facilities. We treat them as state-sponsored heroes to save humans from deadly diseases. Yet, at the exact same time, we still allow them to be hunted and shot down for sports tourism. We literally actively shatter the very shield that's protecting us. It's just wild.
As we pull all these pieces together,
we are left with some deeply unsettling existential contradictions. We take an animal that has absolutely no concept of moral betrayal, and we weaponize its innocent song. We take a captive bird and force it to trade its freedom for a comfortable, fed life, which effectively buys the slaughter of its peers. A bird that naturally flees to a rocky peak at the mere scent of us becomes this submissive, loyal pet the moment its trust is forced.
So, I want to leave you with this final thought to chew on. We celebrate when a victory is a partridge in the bag. We glorify the certainty of the win. But the next time you think something is an absolute sure thing, or the next time you find yourself asked to be the comfortable, compliant element that ensures someone else's success, ask yourself, who is really benefiting here? Is the bird in the bag truly safe, or is it just the hunter's most tragic slave, living a complete illusion of freedom while dooming its own kind? Thanks so much for diving into this explainer with me. Keep asking questions, and I'll catch you next time.